Alright, good morning everyone. It's me, Gaming Rivalry, back again with the stories from Soul the Gundog. Yeah, it's the third episode today, and we've changed the art style to studio mode. It's a stark
Yay!
difference, but when you look at the game's environment, there's no change at all. So it must be the character sprites only that's changed. We'll see about that, and let's head to the fire control first. Moving beyond the mess hall and the hangar access, the two of you continue to the furthest end of the four-side thoroughfare. The door at the very end of the corridor is shut, the words fire control painted on it in large stenciled letters. Cassandra swipes her keycard through the reader by the door before turning to you.
So this is the fire control? The guard is probably here, but, well, you'll see.
That's pretty cryptic.
Oh, it's very different. Oh my gosh.
As you follow Cassandra through the doorway, your eyes take a moment to adjust as the strip lighting that illuminates the rest of the ship is now conspicuously absent. Instead, the entire room is lit by the phosphorescent glow of an alcove full of screens and readouts. Looking at the screens, each one seems to not be showing much more than a few specks on a black background. From experience though, you know that what you're looking at is a live feed from cameras all over the ship's exterior. In the center of this alcove, facing away from you, is a seat like the ones on the bridge. From this angle, it's impossible to tell if there's anyone in it, but you notice a tiny rhythmic hiss coming from it.
So anyway, all of the ship's weapons are controlled from here. These screens give the gunner and panoramic view of...
Is the gunner here right now? You look over Cassandra's shoulder at the back of the seat. You swear you see a quick flicker of movement, but you can't be sure. It's not just a flash of a readout reflecting off a surface.
Oh, Dylan. Yeah, he's here.
Should we say hello?
Well, normally I would, but...
Cassandra leans back slowly as if trying to surreptitiously, how do I pronounce that word out? What does that word even mean? Sneak a peek at what's on the other side of the chair without it noticing her. She quickly turns back to you after a moment's pause.
He just looks so in this zone, you know? It seems a shame to interrupt him.
Interrupt what? Cassandra leans back again and after a moment quietly gestures for you to come take a look. Sat in the chair is a man who looks a little bit older than you. His eyes are closed and his face a picture of absolute serenity. My mom is kinda homeless. Speed, I need this. This is Speed's face, smiling face.
You're right.
Over his ears is possibly the single largest pair of headphones you've seen in your entire life. As he sits there, oblivious to your presence, his right leg bounces up and down and his wrists flick constantly. Is everyone a lazy bum here? You wonder for a moment if he's okay, before spying a cassette player poking out of his jacket pocket. You realize that the hiss you hear is the slightest whisper of the music that he's listening to escaping from those substantial headphones. Is this okay? Shouldn't he be a bit more attentive?
Don't worry, it's fine. He's not even on duty.
Yeah, but what if there's an alert?
It's fine.
Cassandra moves
So
over to...
why they are all lazy is because there are no danger out there in the space. So, yeah, they're not really that hard work.
Is that the negative point of being in peace?
Yeah.
Damn.
You know the terms of hard times make a strong man make a good times make a weak man make a hard times. Like that. This is the that?
Cassandra moves over to a panel just before the monitor-laden alcove, takes a receiver off the wall, and enters a few numbers into the keypad.
Hi, Vanessa. Yeah, it's Cassie. Can we test the alert system and fire control? No, I know it's not scheduled. It's a spot check. Yeah, random testing, Ship's orders. Of course, she asks. Why would I be asking for a spot test of the alert and fire control if you didn't ask? You're darling. Thanks. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Look!
In an instant, you see the figure in the chair bolt upright, yank his headphones off, and lay his hand on the fire control system, his head snapping back and forth as he rapidly surveys the wall of monitors. False alarm?
Oh, Dylan, don't mind us. Just had to just spot check on the alarm system. Ship's orders.
Oh, hey, Quinn, no problem. And who's this? Lieutenant Waldo Uchiha, ship's security. Oh, hey, warrant officer. Dylan Dees. Turbine. No, stop. Gunner, welcome aboard.
He's a gunner.
Thanks. Well, let me know if you guys need anything. That alert totally got in the way of an awesome solo, so I'm going to rewind and pick up where I left off. Good to meet you. Okay, he's back. He's back listening to Foundy. Warrant Officer Dees. Warrant Officer Dees. Dylan! Oh, hey, Lieutenant, how's it going on? How's it going? Not bad, thanks. I was wondering if you could explain the control system here to me. It doesn't look anything like what I've seen before. Okay. Yeah, put. Hold on.
Putty! Cuckoo.
I'm getting my cat out of my room real quick.
Putty! Cuckoo.
Okay. I'm back. Hello. Is anyone here?
Hi.
Okay. What's this? Let us continue. Oh yeah, if you've not been on a small ship like the Gundog, it probably does look weird. Bigger ships have more crew spare. Bigger ships have more crew spare, so they have old-fashioned turret operators. On a ship like this, where there's only one dude flying solo, the whole system's optimized to let them run the entire weapon system alone. Each of these trackballs links up different weapon systems, which is represented by a reticle shown on the screen. By rolling the balls, I can move the targeting reticle from screen to screen. And to fire, all I need is to point and click. Oh my god, he's a gamer! That's pretty clever. Only works so well because we've got the computer doing most of the heavy lifting. On bigger ships, the gunners have a lot more physical control. On a ship like this, it's more like playing a really intense video game. Never really liked those spaceship video games. I'd rather play a racing game or something instead. It's not too bad. Now the war's over, we're not shooting anyone anytime soon. So I get to spend all my time here listening to music and staring out into the space. Pretty much perfect. Listening to anything good? Yeah, a real classic album right now. Ever heard of Trish and the Replicants? No, sorry. Come by later and I'll lend you a cassette. Cassette. I forgot how to pronounce that. It's pretty good for such an old one.
Cassette.
Thanks for the over.
Just once I was hoping he wouldn't be here.
No?
Yeah, this place would be such a good room to relax in and take in a view of the stars. But day or night, he's always in here, either spacing out himself or drumming away. I'm so jealous.
Most heads of operation would kill for a crew member who was at their station day or night, you know.
But this is weird. The only time I've seen him leave is when the ship's docked. I've come by all sorts of random times and he's always here.
Did he take a piss here too?
I don't like it.
How much of that is jealousy? Move. Okay, where else can we go? Wait, there's one more part we haven't gone through yet. I think it was this one. Oh yeah, Cassandra's quarters.
Oh, by the way, if you ever want access to my quarters, the passcode for the lock is 0211. It's pretty much the same passcode I use for everything.
Is it February 11th? Got it. Huh? Oh, that's right, it's... I don't know! How should I
Our
know?
anniversary! Our anniversary! Our anniversary!
Come on, you didn't think I'd forget it, sure.
Hey, good job! Oh, wait! Before you go in, can you give me a few minutes just to tidy the place up? I was almost late for my duty shifts this morning, so it's kind of a mess. Let me put some stuff away, okay?
Yeah, sure. Keeping herself between you and the entrance to her room, Cassandra opens the door using the control panel to its right. As it opens, she swiftly steps through and before it's even all the way open, closes it again using the panel on her side of the entrance. The entire time, she obstructs your view of her quarters.
Still up for me, yes?
2 hours later. Few minutes pass and you continue to stand gingerly outside of Cassie's quarters. You hear the occasional footsteps coming from the foresight thoroughfare, but they all move on to other parts of the ship. Thankfully, no one stops by to ask why security is lurking outside one of the operations officer quarters. Hey, Cassie? You give the door a gentle knock, leaning against the wall, continuing to remain on lookout for anyone who may have some questions about what you're doing out there. How's it going in there?
Yeah, almost done. Just give me a minute to, get this sorted out and...
That last pause is followed by a loud bang and the sound of a small cascade of various objects onto the floor.
Okay, maybe a few more minutes?
You sigh and step back from the door. If anyone asks, you can always tell them that you were doing spot checks for contraband or something similar.
Done, come in!
Wow, very tiny!
Welcome! Wake yourself at...
As you step through the door frame, the toe of your boot catches on a discarded pair of leggings, which are held in place by your other foot. As you begin to fall over, you reach out to catch onto something to stop yourself. Unfortunately, the chair you reach out for has a uniform thrown over the backrest, which slips as you grab it, bringing both the chair and the assortment of cosmetics on the seat clattering down to the floor with you.
Oh no! Oh, Waldo, are you okay? I'm sorry, I thought...
Cassie... I thought you said you were tidying this place up.
I was.
Then why did I just get brained by a falling hairdryer?
There was a system.
You get back to your feet and ride the chair as Cassie quickly grabs the assorted bottles and tubes that fell down with you, placing them randomly back on any nearby surface. You almost launch into a speech about securely stowing possession in case of high-speed maneuvers, but you stop yourself. Doesn't the captain ever carry out spot checks or surprise inspections?
No, it's great. From what I've heard, her quarters are a worse state than mine.
Is that right? Look,
Yeah.
Cassie's bed. It currently appears to be acting as a makeshift wardrobe. Does she move all these clothes before she goes to sleep, or do they act like an extra sheet? How does she even have this much clothing on board anyway? The front panel of the storage unit looks like it's barely managing to stay shut. Could that be what that bang was earlier? Like everything else in this room, the terminal appears to be in use as an extra storage space. Even the chair is covered in stuff. Oh no. I'd hate to be in this room. Next time, I mean, I do have a non-tidy room myself, but this is next level.
You know what? I'm comparing to mine right now. It's not better than her.
The captain's quarters sits at the end of the corridor, differentiated from the other doors in the corridor by the small insignia that sits above the nameplate. Like the others in the corridor, it displays the occupant's name, in the case Captain Mary's Bartermews. Even in your role as a security officer, there are a few rooms on the ship that you don't have access to. The captain's quarters is one of them. There's nothing for you here right now, so you turn back. Okay, so the bridge it is. We're getting to the bridge. Wait, we have a lot more here. Oh my god, I didn't see this. I didn't notice. As the two of you leave the central hub behind you and travel down the outside thoroughfare, the hum of the engines continues to grow louder. You effectively filter the noise out in the rest of the ship, but as you get closer to the rear, its volume increased considerably. Are the engines supposed to be that loud?
Are the what?
I said, are the engines supposed to be that loud? I said, are the
I heard you the first time. I'm just messing with you.
Could have fooled me. I've never been on a ship where the engines are so noticeable. Is it supposed to be like that?
Supposed to? No, not really, but the Gundog is a Swift class, a type of a patrol ship that's designed for rapid response. They're made to cover large areas of space quickly and offer ratio assistance to ships in distress.
What did you say?
Oh, sorry, I didn't
ratio.
That, or to be the first on the scene to gather intel and issue warnings if anyone comes too close to Jovian space. Which means, design-wise, they have prioritized speed above everything else. I guess the best way to sum it all up is the Gundog is basically a huge set of engines with a tiny ship strapped to them.
Well, that's reassuring.
Yeah. Oh, it's fine. It just means there are no space for system like motion dampeners or soundproofing. You'll miss it when you leave.
Okay, let's look at what are those.
That way leads to the engineering block. From there, you can access the engine room, the main computer, and most of the ship system. Although, you won't be going anywhere near those systems if the chief has anything to say about it. Down that corridor is the armory where all the ship's firearms are stored. Normally, access has to be granted from the bridge, but since you're the security officer, you've got access coded into your keycard.
Okay, let's go. Let's take some
Armory.
guns. You swap your keycard through the card reader set into the terminal by the armory's door. Instead of the door opening as you would expect, you hear a hearthstone from the terminal. Looking at its screen, you see a message displayed in large flashing letters. Access denied, insufficient authority.
Oh, it looks like your clearance hasn't been fully processed yet. You'll have to meet the captain before you can get into that room.
And you were here stalling me to see the captain right now. Oh wait.
This is a secret date, you know. Why you don't understand that?
As the two of you continue through the aft thoroughfare, the thrum of the engines grows louder still. Okay, it's the mechanic here. The featureless paneling that has made up the majority of the ship's interior quickly gives way to visible pipes and conduits, and eventually the smooth flooring transitions to grating, revealing more workings underfoot. Finally, the thoroughfare leads into one huge open chamber filled with masses of machinery. Terminal panels set into the side of various apparatus cycle through different readings. The light from the screens reflected off docks and valves. All this equipment is separated by a grid of catwalks and access ladders. That's a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff is right. This is central engineering. Pretty much every system aside from the engines themselves and the central computer can be found in this room.
All in one place? Isn't that a little risky?
Well, a Swift-class ship relies on an absolutely minimal crew. The Gondok only has 2 engineers. I think they figured it'd be easier on them if everything that was important was kept in one place. That way they don't have to run from one end of the ship to another to get all their repairs done if something goes wrong.
You certainly know a lot about ship engineering.
What can I say? I'm a pretty talented individual.
Yeah? Whilst we're here, you can share some of that knowledge. What's that over there?
That's the Folenic Conversion Unit.
And what's that?
That's omnifaceted wind shaft.
Uh-huh. And what about that?
That's turbo encabulator.
Every day is a school day.
I'm head of operations, not chief engineering, okay? I don't need to know what.
Hey, no one better be screwing up around up there. Oh, stern voice, okay. Looking down, you see through the grating that there's another catwalk situated below the one you're stood on, with crew member moving at speed towards the ladder that joins to the walkway. I swear, if I find so much as a single terminal right out of the place, I'm stuffing the 2 of you into the organics processing system. If I have to retrieve one more pen from behind the compressors. The crew member continues to grumble as they ascend. Wait, it's a woman!
What? This is a woman again. Quinn, you better not be here to tell me that your favorite pen has somehow fallen into the system block again.
Is this Vanessa?
Is this Vanessa? Chief. No, Chief. Got it right here. Damn straight you do. No, make sure you hang on to that one or you're going to need someone to pull you out of the system block instead. And who's this? Our wayward security officer? You got a name there?
You quickly throw a sharp salute at the woman in front of you without even checking her rank first. Not only does she looms over you physically, but you quickly pick up on a force of personality that feels like it adds an extra 6 inches to her considerable stature. Lieutenant Uchiha, security officer of the JFS Gondok, ma'am.
Less of that ma'am business, Uchiha. Name's Mackenzie Cathays. Chief engineer, but that's chief to you.
Oh, it's not Vanessa. Yes, chief.
Damn straight. Now, what are the 2 of you doing in engineering? I was just giving Lieutenant Uchiha a tour of the ship, Chief. That's so. You never been on a ship before, Lieutenant? First assignment?
Never on a Swift class, chief. I've only served on a strike or supply classes to date.
That's so. Which strike vessels?
The JFS Victory and JFS Thunderbolt, chief.
Victory and Thunderbolt, huh? Don't think either of those 2 are less than 3 years old, so probably wouldn't have seen what the new streamlined distribution system. I wonder if you would have seen the power coils though. I think the Victory was part of the production.
You and Cassandra exchanged a quick nervous glance as the chief, who had previously seemed like she was about to physically throw both of you to the out of engineering, suddenly begins a conversation with herself. Continue to stand to a nervous attention as she ruminates about ship components. Chief, is there anything I can help with about the ships?
Huh? Lieutenants, didn't realize you were still here. No, you're off the hook, Uchiha. Not unless you can tell me whether the Victory was outfitted with the 3rd generation B-Pack upgrades anyway.
What is that? Sorry, Chief, I don't think I could.
Wonder if that's because the rotor of the thing takes a current on space ability in these ships and carry for minimal time for inspect. I thought maybe it could be that. I think now would be a good time for us to move on.
Good idea.
Yeah, well, that's all, Chief. We'll just be going now. Oh, yeah, sure. Just don't let me catch you screwing around here again.
Yeah. Can I talk to the Chief again?
Yes, Lieutenant?
Well, Chief, I was just stopping by to...
Tell me, Uchiha, what is it that the ship's security officer on a vessel with only 10 crew does all day?
Oh, so that is...
Because I will tell you that a chief engineer does. A chief engineer spends every damn minute of the day trying to keep pace with all the system on board with vessel, making sure they're all running absolutely flawless. You know why? It's because if I don't, then in a thin line between optimum comfort and the horrific deaths of the cold expanse we call space. So I'll be frank, Lieutenant. Unless you're about to help me direct these condensers while I refresh the primary moisture chamber, then I don't know what good is going to come from you hanging around and distracting me.
Okay, Chief.
Understood?
Yes. Okay, Chief.
Well done. If you really want something to do, you can go and check up with the junior engineer in the hangar.
Yes.
Kids probably slowed down since I last put the fear of the void into him.
I agree. Dalton is a good kid. Okay. Central computer, what? Sweep your keycard to the card reader set in the terminal by the door leading to the central computer. The door doesn't open and instead you hear a Hearthstone from terminal which is now displaying an error message.
What is it?
Access denied.
Oh, even with your security clearance, you won't be able to go into the main computer room. Because the staff is so small, the ship's computer handles a lot of tasks that would normally be done by the crew. It controls a lot of really sensitive functions, so only the captain and the operations team are allowed access.
Oh, I don't think any of the ships I've been on have had a computer system like this.
The bigger ships usually have their computing distributed amongst multiple systems across the ship. But because they've also got larger crews, there are more than the people on board are responsible for. I think that because the Swift class is so small and there's such a limited crew, they need to assign more functionality to the computer. Because of that, it's a lot more vital than that no one screws around with it.
I see. You said that operations have access. Can we take a look using your authority?
Well, since the whole reason I'm here is that I didn't exactly take my responsibilities with the Reliant computer system seriously, the captains told me not to mess around with it. But it's not that interesting anyway.
Okay. Engines. Chief Capes continuing to mutter to herself, paces back and forth, checking terminals readouts and various display. Eventually, she heads down to the ladder that she had climbed to confront you. Now out of sight, Cassandra darts toward the engine room, gesturing you over. Checking over your shoulder in case the chief has reappeared, you make your way to her, just in time for the doorway to the engine room to open and Cassandra to disappear inside before you can raise an objection. Well, it's gotta be better than staying here with the chief. The room you find yourself isn't a similar size to the area you just left, but whilst that was crammed full of huge range of machinery, this room is almost entirely filled by one colossal cylindrical device. Pulse of the engine is now a tangible sensation as the vibration it emits shake your whole body.
So this is the main engine. Well, one of them anyway. Like Chief said, the ship's outfitted with two of this.
I see what you meant now when you said the gun ducts a huge set of engines with a ship strapped to them. This thing's massive.
I know! Look at it and feel like you could probably fit the rest of the ship in the room if the engine weren't there. That's because it's impossible to get that the Higgs field distortion drive any smaller.
Yeah, okay, Chief.
Chief! I know you said that. So these engines are actually combination nuclear pulse engines built around a Higgs field distortion drive. If the HFDD wasn't here, then this engine could be about 10 times smaller than it is. Although I hear they managed to improve the efficiency of newer NPEs, so the possible that the space saving could be more like
Okay, Chief.
11. Can either of you two tell me how the HFDD works? AFDD? High field distortion drive. What are they teaching you at the academy? It's a drive that allows ships to move far beyond speeds allowed by convention engines, although it's nowhere near faster than light. It's what lets us get around the solar system without needing to worry whether we'll be long enough to see the end of the journey. Anyway, everyone knows about the existence of the Higgs field. It's what allows interaction with the Higgs boson that gives particles their mass.
Alright,
So what the drive does is wrap the field relative to the ship and those on board. By doing this, it displays the mass to a different area of space, but within the same relative.
As the Chief continues on with her explanation, you glance at Cassandra and see a thinly veiled look of terror on her face. You can't blame her, as you feel much the same way caught in this impromptu lecture.
Then, because the particles retain their relationship with each other, the general perception is that things are the same as normal. However, from an exterior perspective,
The lecture drags on and you quickly lose track of Chief's explanation. Although you recognize words she's saying, you can no longer make sense of the context, and they come to seem like meaningless string of sounds.
does that make sense?
Yeah, so the field is, it's got the mass, which is pushed.
No. How to put it? Okay, so imagine that space is the ketchup packet and packet, and you're the sauce. The sauce? Right, the sauce. No, what the distortion drive does, it's like a thumb on the universe of the packet. It moves like sauce around you by changing the shape of the packet to push the sauce. The packet
is the universe, where the sauce and the drive is a thumb.
You've got it.
Quickly glance back to Cassandra and meet her eyes as she's doing the same thing. You know for certain that neither of you have got it.
And that's why these engines have to be so big. So house that drive. To house that drive.
Oh, it all makes sense now. I see. Yes, definitely.
Great. Well, now that you appreciate the science behind it, I won't have to throw you out of here.
Yeah, thanks, Chief.
Anytime. Just remember, Lieutenant.
Yes, Chief.
Screw with anything and I'll throw you out of our login state.
Yes, Chief.
Those?
Okay. Bye, Chief. I get a zip. I need to go. No, don't meet the Chief again. No, not the engineering. There you go. Central hub, and finally, we're meeting the captain. Step from the elevator onto the bridge, and what seems to have been a pretty quiet atmosphere turns totally silent as the two women present, who had previously been observing a screen, turn to face you. You identify the captain almost immediately by her uniform, although you were given pause to wonder if you have misjudged, as she listlessly straightens up and heads over to you with an air of disinterest. The other woman shoots you a look, but remains seated at her station, quickly turning away when she realizes you've caught her looking your way. You presume from her position on the bridge she must be a member of Operation like Cassandra. This must be Vanessa, she mentioned. Lieutenant Waldo Uchiha entering the bridge and reporting for informal assignment. You declare, throwing a sharp salute, with Cassandra quickly following suit.
Lieutenant Commander Cassandra Queen entering the bridge and companionment of Lieutenant Uchiha.
Taken aback slightly as you realize that you've hardly ever seen Cassie be serious about anything, even her position. Whenever she's had to talk about her assignments, it's always been dismissive or in a joking way. You're caught so off guard that you almost miss the captain addressing you.
It is, Lieutenant Commander.
You
It
and
is.
see both lower your salutes and loosen your posture slightly. There's a slight pause, which you can tell is the captain sizing you up. This informal assessment lasts a little bit longer than you're comfortable with until the captain releases a heavy sigh.
Welcome on board, Lieutenant. I was beginning to get worried that the notification we'd had that you'd come aboard had been a system issue. I trust that you haven't had too hard a time finding your way to the bridge to introduce yourself.
No, ma'am, I was just. He glanced over to Cassandra, who is maintaining a completely straight face. We can check out anywhere you want before we head up there, right? You fix your gaze straight ahead. This wouldn't be the first time that Cassandra's lackadaisical attitude had got you in trouble with higher-ups. I was just familiarizing myself with the ship in case I came up with any queries that I could field to you.
Oh, is that so? Well, anything you'd like to ask?
No, ma'am.
Very good. Well, I'm glad you could make it. Eventually. This mission is an urgent one, which is why we departed as soon as you came aboard without a formal reception.
Thinking about it, it was unusual that there hadn't been a formal onboarding process beyond the dock staff checking your ID and guiding you on the gun dock. You had not realized in your rush, but now it was obvious. But it did make sense that if this was an urgent dispatch, the ship would launch as soon as all of its crew were on board. My apologies, ma'am. My transport was...
Running late. Yes, we've been sent word. That wouldn't have anything to do with you, would it?
No, ma'am. There was a breakdown on the...
Anyway, Lieutenant, I'd like to take the opportunity to formally welcome you to the GFS Gondok. My name is Captain Maris Bartholomeus. I run as tight a ship as you expect, and I anticipate that you'll carry out your duties to the same standard.
Yes, ma'am. From experience, most onboarding procedures have involved greetings and speeches from the captain that have ranged from serious to almost ceremonial. And in comparison, Captain Bartholomeus' introduction is almost lethargic.
Your card, Lieutenant?
Yes, ma'am. Item menu will be activated when you are able to use items. In some cases, you will need to use an item to proceed, but in other where possible, like item will open your inventory. Your card. This is my card. She inspected it for a moment before taking it to the control panel near the captain's chair. You remain in position, not quite at ease, but not quite at attention. You watch as she enters same commands into the console and inserts your card into a slot. There's a whirring sound followed by a series of beeps before your card is ejected and the captain takes it back. Selecting function button, you can now access a map of the ship, allowing you to move from one location to another without visiting areas in between. Oh, thank God that's a thing in this game.
Teleportation!
If an event happens somewhere on the way, you will move to that location instead. Okay. You can also view your current objectives and other important information. To return, select the function button again. Okay.
Teleportation!
Okay.
With this, Lieutenant Uchiha, you now have access to all areas and authorities befitting the ship's security detail. Your responsibilities begin with immediate effect.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're also now authorized to take an appropriate electroshock weapon from the armory.
Let's go! We're gonna bring a gun to our bedroom.
If you have any further questions, then you know where to find me. Dismissed.
There you go, and that's it. Should we talk to Vanessa before we end the video?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Okay, this is Vanessa. Excuse me, Lieutenant. I'm currently on duty, so I would appreciate it if you do not disturb me. Lieutenant Uchiha is the ship's head of security. Since I'm here, you can take the time to introduce yourself formally. Great. I've got this. See you in 5. So you're the security officer that Cassandra's been going on about?
That's right, Lieutenant Waldo Uchiha, pleased to meet you.
Well, I'm Vanessa Lord. I serve on the bridge as a part of operations. Cassandra's told me a lot about you.
Is that right? What kind of...
I'm disappointed that you're nowhere near as attractive as she made you out to be.
That's rude. Is that right?
I thought it was too good to be true that some dashing officer would be transferred here at the last moment instead of just got another lung.
Well,
How was it you even got transferred here on such short notice? I was looking over your records earlier and you were mid-assignment at Duke. Why would they transfer you instead of...
Oh, hey, look at the time! I think your break's over, Lieutenant Commander Quinn. Lieutenant Commander Quinn! I think Vanessa needs to get back to her station.
Of course, I hope this is the start of a productive working relationship between the two of you. Vanessa, I'll catch up with you later, okay?
Okay. Weird. Cassandra said she's a nice person, totally nice. I like it. And yeah.
She's just responsible.
No, she's not responsible. What do you mean by responsible when she straight up told me that I'm ugly?
It's not job related thing, eh?
Anyway, that's all for this episode.
Yay!
I like how they get the player to know the ins and outs of this world. And what's more interesting, this game is actually made in Ren'Py. It's actually exclusively made to create visual novels. But look at this, we can use items, we can have this talk option, use option, loop option. There's a lot of things we can do in this game. It's unbelievable that the devs are using Ren'Py to make this game.
The story building is really nice.
Yes, indeed. So we'll see later in episode 4. See you guys later. Bye bye.
Bye bye.